Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Untangled. We are on episode 109, and it is really, really good to be here with you guys this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you. Say hello if you're here live, where you're from. Love to connect with you. Hi, Chris, Crafts and Coffee. Love that. Hi, Katie and Sandy. Hi, Julia. Good to see you, my friend. And Tracy. Hi, New Zealand. Peru from New Zealand. Hi, Pua. It's good to see you. Hi, Mercy. Pam, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Ontario, Romania, Netherlands. Yay, we're having dinner together. What's for dinner? What is for dinner? What are you having? All right, before we get going, first of all, thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel here, and specifically, thank you for being a part of Untangled. We are on episode 109. Untangled, I started because I wanted to really talk about just the uncomfortable parts of navigating this evolution. And it's sort of morphed itself into now, 2.5 years later, talking just about the evolution in human consciousness, the basics, the complex, the quantum, the human, all the ways in which we are navigating the reason we came down into the human body in the first place as these incredible souls, right? What are we doing here? Why did we choose to do this? Why did we forget? How do we do it again? I don't think we can talk about it enough. And I think it's the most important thing to be talking about. So that's what we do on Untangled. We talk about the evolution. You could also call it the ascension. You could call it the awakening. You could call it whatever you want to call it. It's what we're doing here on the planet. Right now, it's November 26, 2024, and the ride is getting wilder, wilder and wilder and wilder. Just when you think it's going to slow down, speeds right up. It's like we're on this roller coaster ride or we're on this river and we're like, yeah, okay, it's getting chill. Things are okay. Things are boom, skyrocket into some other rapid or colossal hill that you go down on the roller coaster. And it's wild. And I think, one of the most important things about all of this is having community, being able to come somewhere and sit and just chat, even if it's on a computer screen. You can't necessarily do it in person, but just connecting with people, saying hello to people that are all over the world that are in the same process as you. They may not be experiencing the exact same thing, but I guarantee you they understand you, and I guarantee you they have experienced things similar to you, and they may be able to relate to you. And so, if nothing else, these Untangled episodes, if you're joining us live, which I highly recommend, you get to connect to people and just not feel so alone. I think as we navigate this evolution in human consciousness, that you can start to feel a pretty intense split on the planet where you feel more and more like you're doing this alone. And I'm not talking about not being around people, I'm talking about just feeling like people don't understand you. And they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you see the world the way you see it, why you allow for the things to be in your life, right? And this is, of course, always I say this, it's not about doing it the right way or the wrong way, like, oh, they're just not awake or evolved. It's just this is going to be experienced. People are going to be going through this evolution in different ways, and so there will feel like there's this kind of splitting off right now on the planet. Um, this weird sort of like, you know, um, loneliness, but not in a bad way. Like I walk around a lot and I know I'm here on the planet and I'm experiencing people and interacting and engaging, but I also feel like I'm almost like a little alien walking around, like I'm just a visitor, And I think the more that you kind of awaken and see what you're in, feel the body you're in, and recognize the power of emotion and start hearing your thoughts more and more, you start realizing you're just in something. And then when you're walking around, you're like, oh, I am literally in a human experience or a human experiment, right? Um, the other thing I wanted to say before we get going, I mean, I'm already going, and I need to leave the link down below, but I have decided to do a pretty impromptu class on Saturday, the 30th, called Activating the Quantum Body. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this class. It's going to be unique. It's going to be powerful. It's going to have all kinds of information about how the body works, how energy is moving into the body, assimilating, acclimating, and anchoring, how your body is literally on its own. You are not in charge of this, how it is anchoring into higher frequencies, and um, how it literally physics wise, energetically, physics wise, how it clears trauma, how it offers you new ways of being on the planet, how it tears apart programming and patterns, and how the body does all of this, and all the different ways in which we're going to physically experience this in the coming years. And really starting to remember this information. So it's not like you're learning this information, you're remembering this. And we are in a phase of the evolution or ascension where it is very physical in nature. Okay, so we're in the physical stage where it is a metamorphosis physically. The body is shifting, the body's changing, the body's morphing. Thank you, Paru Clark, for that super chat. The body is, and so you're going to have all kinds of different weird sensations and experiences, both physically in your body, and also it will be reflected out in the world through changes, relationships, friendships, ways in which you do the world, not being able to make decisions anymore. I mean, all kinds of things that you've already been experiencing, perhaps, but I'm going to frame it in this really beautiful package where you start to understand that it's all connected to frequency being acclimated and anchored into the body, and really understanding from a fundamental kindergarten type of way what's happening for you, and not in this like woo woo out there spiritual kind of 5D-ish type of thing. No, like very grounded in the human um, experience. Anyway, that is on Saturday, November 30th. It's called Activating the Quantum Body. It's for 2 hours. It starts at 12 o'clock California time. Um, I highly, highly, I just join. Uh, it's going to be so much fun and so much information. I'm going to talk about how the body was designed. It was designed um, not you know, not it wasn't this just like natural design that came out of like, the way they talk about it in school, or they used to, about how it came from whatever they're saying, we came from tadpoles and monkeys and all that. No, we were divinely designed by much higher dimensional consciousness in order to be able to navigate and go through this evolution, anchor higher frequency light into the body to transform and to shift. The body was designed for this. It knows exactly how to do it. And it's fascinating when you learn more and more, just the divine way in which this has all been designed prior to consciousness even being able to come into the body. At consciousness meaning you, soul. Um, and so it's going to be a great class. 12 p.m. this Saturday. You're probably, if you're in the United States, maybe you're going to be wanting to get away from your family for a little while. I'll leave the link. Um, I'll leave the link down below, and you'll be able to click it. Um, okay. So I only have 20 more minutes because I can only spend 30 minutes on this live today. The link will be I'm going to put the link down below when I get off. But you can go to my where is the link? You can go to my, if you have Instagram or Facebook, I put a post up with the link. It's not on my website. Um, if you go to lorielad.com/classes, I believe you'll find it there. Um, anyway, so many chips. Um, I guess what I wanted to share a little bit about today is, there's 2 things that have come through. Um, One is there are people that are gonna be showing up in your life. And this is a message that just came through this morning that I was guided to share. There are going to be more and more people that are gonna show up in your life, if they haven't already, um, that are gonna need assistance from you. So I want you to just put this in the back of your mind somewhere, put it in your back pocket. But in a beautiful way, the planet is going to be going through a lot more chaos in the coming years. In a really beautiful way, meaning that it is part of how we are evolving into more love and more kindness, more compassion. Um, but in that journey and process, there's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of trauma, a lot of shocking things that are going to happen for people and to people. And so I just want to give you a heads up that there are going to be people in your life right now and coming into your life that are going to need your help. And what this is offering us is an opportunity to start to actually live in the ways that we talk about in the spiritual community. Oh, it's all about being kind and being open and receptive and one and all of this. And yet when people come into our lives and need help, right? Or a stranger comes into your life and needs help, somehow the buck stops there. A person that hasn't been very kind to you comes into your life and needs help. Um, Somebody that's done you wrong comes into your life all of a sudden and needs help. That's where it becomes the human, the test for the human. That's where kindness and compassion and opening your heart really begin, and where you're going to see this more and more in the next year, especially in 2025. And maybe you're gonna be that person that needs the help from people, and you're gonna need them to open. You're gonna need them to open their hearts, maybe open their house, open their refrigerator, I don't know, but we're going to see it. And so I'm sharing this with you today because don't turn your back on someone just because you think they are lying, manipulating you. They're mean, they're not nice, they don't see things the same way you do. They're making choices you wouldn't make. They needed to learn their lesson. All these things that we've done, that we frame it in this way of like, well, that's their choice, and they need to sit in their bed, and we're gonna have to change that lens real fast. Life Beyond Blind, thank you for that super chat. Please pay attention when people start to come into your life right now. Please pay attention to what they need. Please try, if you can, to put yourself aside. And can you think about, like, okay, this, I remember Lori saying this, and now here comes somebody. And I have to now open. I have to now give, or I have to now offer space. I have to sit. I have to listen. And listen to all the ways in which you're going to try to convince yourself, perhaps, not to open up, not to be receptive. I can't, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the space, whatever it is, just pay attention, always giving yourself compassion. But pay attention because there are going to be a lot of people that are going to need our help. in the coming months and years. And we've got to be able to open up to that. That is literally why one of the biggest reasons why we're on this planet is to be able to recognize, understand, embody, integrate kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion. Um, and it's not necessarily going to be somebody that hurt you, but what if it is? And I don't know who's going to show up for you. I don't know who's going to need you. But it may test you. It may test you. Um, we've got to choose. We've got to choose. It's really funny in the spiritual community. We always talk about, oh, open your heart, open your heart. But many times, opening your heart, you have to break down the barriers you have around um, perhaps being right, being strong, um, protecting yourself. All of that makes sense, right? But there's magic that's going to happen in your life if you start to put your walls down and start opening to people, even if they hurt you. Now, you definitely don't have people in your life that are mean to you, that are abusing you. It's not what I'm saying at all. But humanity is hurt. They have a lot of trauma. And you're much more aware of this than they are. Okay? Um, and again, I'm not saying that this is, God's going to require you to, open your house to somebody that abused you or hurts you or doesn't understand your boundaries. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people are going to come to you that are going to need your assistance, and you're going to have to open your heart and trust that there's a bigger plan in all of this. Just trust. Um, you know more than a lot of humanity, meaning you're much more aware. And if we need to start seeing, um, we need to start giving more and more. We need to start giving more and more. Giving no matter what their choices are. Giving no matter what they've done in the past. Giving no matter, whether you understand them or know them. Giving doesn't mean money necessarily. Giving can be your time, can be listening, it can be offering suggestions, it can be giving a smile, giving a hug, giving. We need to give more. Because in the act of giving, it has a frequency, a vibrational tone that increases the entire planet. It elevates the entire planet. And so pay attention in the next couple of months and in the next year, definitely in 2025. Pay attention to who needs your help. Um, Pay attention to your response to it, i.e., the stories that you have around it. It also feeds into the energy of abundance, and abundance isn't just money. Um, Abundance is that you're always taken care of. That's abundance. Thank you, Nadita, for the super chat. So if we lived in abundance, we would give much more. We wouldn't hold back. We would give more of our time, we would give more of our ear listening, we would give more of our money perhaps, we would give more of our food, we would give more. And when you give more, you're open, you're more receptive. You're opening. And it's insane how we live on a planet that has the potential to really heal this planet through giving. Um, we really could. We could heal this entire planet if we understood abundance and living in abundance, which again is not the same as, oh, I want all kinds of money. How can I make more money? How can I have a better house? How can I this? How can I that? But instead, how can I give? Who can I give to? You know, that is that's the energy we want to start living in more and more. It will change your life and it will change somebody else's life. So, for whatever reason, this was the message, the real big, strong message that wanted to come in today. Because a lot of times I talk a lot about what we're going through, what we are individually going through, and what it looks like and what it feels like. And I just got this really strong message from God to share this because it's going to happen to you. Watch. It might happen today. It might happen tomorrow. Might happen in a week. But you're going to realize, oh my God, this person needs my help. Or wow, this person has needed my help for a while and I haven't been giving them my help. I haven't been giving, I haven't been showing up. Or wow, this person out of nowhere came out and they just need to talk to me. I'm going to listen. It's it's really really important right now. Just watch what happens. Watch what happens. You know, see who jumps into your life. See who shows up and says, "Hey, I could really use your help." You know? Yay, Ingrid, that's awesome. Find me, Father, find me where you need me today. Yep. Thank you. If you're the one that needs the help, then you ask. You have to reach out. This is literally what's going to change the entire planet. You know, I talk a lot about what's happening energetically, right? Um, there are some really traumatic experiences that people are going to start having more and more of. And these traumatic experiences open humanity's heart. Unfortunately, sometimes it has to be traumatic experiences that we have that open humanity's heart, that opens our heart and brings in a huge amount of kindness for whatever reason. And so this is going to happen in the next coming years. There's going to be a lot of traumatic events that happen that are going to open our hearts. You know, you think about when a really, really horrific experience happens to an entire group of people, right? Like, you know, when a natural disaster happens, or you know, just something really bad happens to a large group of people, they all come together. Their hearts open. It no longer matters that you're this or you're that, or you chose this or you live like this, right? Humanity's heart opens in tragedy, in trauma. Um, and so, unfortunately, because we have to continue to move through this and we have to open our hearts and be kind, these types of traumatic and cataclysmic events are going to happen to us individually and collectively to open our hearts. Um, and so do it now. What does it feel like? If you imagine if if you were here in the United States, like or wherever you are on the planet, if you've gone through like traumatic events with a group of people or just you and your family or you and a friend, and you remember what it felt like, your heart opens, right? You just have kindness. You just want to help. It's the innateness within each human is to be in that is truly is to want to help. Um, so feel into that more and more. Be in that more and more. And the more that the light comes into the body and the body starts to hold and anchor that light, the more you're going to open up into your heart, into love, into kindness, into compassion. That's all that's gonna matter eventually. Just may take some time because humanity is we're going through a real huge shift in consciousness, and so we're also aware of all the other nonsense that's happening that is powerful, but it's like, "Okay, so there's this corruption, and this is happening, and that's happening, and there's this," and it's like, okay, that's a lot of stories." Um, are you kind? Are you giving? Do you love? Are you compassionate? How are you with humans? That's all that matters. Everything else is truly just part of the story that will drain out what's most important. Eventually, we'll realize that. And it may take more massive cataclysmic events in order for us to be catapulted into this way of being. I hope it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it will. Um, so give more, open yourself more, listen, hold space for people. See what you can give today or tomorrow or the next day. Pay attention to who comes into your life. Offer yourself. And if you need the help, ask. Open yourself up, be vulnerable, be honest, be truthful. Pray. Pray for yourself, pray for humanity, pray for this planet. And yeah, that's the message today. Short but sweet, you guys. Short but sweet. Thank you, Mary Jo. Appreciate that. Um, if you want to join us on Saturday for the master class, please. It's going to be really, really. Uh, there's a lot of information I'm going to share about the body. A lot of information I'm going to share about the energies on the planet and how we are how it's being anchored into the body. Thank you, Torsten, for that super chat. I appreciate it. I'm not sad at all today. I am I'm very, very good today. Um, yeah, I feel more connected, aligned in my body, open than I have in a month, you know? So I'm very, very, very good. This past month has been very intense for me on an energetic level, physically in my body. There's a lot that my body has gone through, that it has processed, which is what I want to talk about on Saturday. There's a lot of energy that it has swirled around and kind of like Tetris like shifted, alchemized almost. And it's quite wild to be able to be in it and to feel it. And what I am recognizing more and more as I stay in my body and feel everything and energetically, emotionally, mentally, all of it, is that what truly matters is how connected I am to God and how open I am with my heart to humans, including myself. I don't care about anything else really other than that right now. Is how kind can I be? How open can I be? Can I be there for you? Can I just listen? Can I hold space? And can I be there for myself? And can I hold space for myself? And can I allow myself to go through whatever it's going through, she's going through? And can I trust that there is a massive energetic shift happening in my body? And I'm not in charge of it and I don't understand it, except that I understand it as I'm in it. So I get to start to learn and remember what this is that we're going through in the body as energy in a very physical transformation. And what it is doing is that it is peeling apart my heart. It is opening me more and more to humans, and it's connecting me deeper and deeper into soul. Thank you, Karen, for that. It's connecting me deeper and deeper into soul, connecting me to God, and providing me with the power or the authority to trust divine will over free will more and more. And divine will is your soul's will, God's will, not my little will that gets me into these states of suffering, treading water over and over, asking why? When God has this divine plan for me or you, and God can be whatever you want to call it, source, spirit, universe, it doesn't matter. It's the overarching energy of everything that ever is, was, and will be. And it's guiding you. And life is not out to get you. Life is not out to get me. Life does not create things in order to make life more difficult. That is not what happens here. I do not believe that. Thanks, Diane, so much for that super chat. I refuse to believe that. I will not believe that. No matter how difficult my life may be or the things that may unravel in my life, I will never, ever, ever, for the rest of my life, see life as throwing something at me to make it worse. I don't see that with anyone else's life around me. It's all God saying, I am right here. I am guiding you. I am showing you. I am bringing you to something that is so much bigger and better than you can imagine, but you don't trust me. And so you fall back into your own suffering because you think that you can do it and that you're on your own and that you have to be strong and that you have to be like, I am woman, hear me roar, right? I had to soften to all of that to understand, holy cow, God has a much bigger plan than I do, and he wants me to help in ways that I couldn't have if I didn't soften myself. I don't have to be tough and rough and firm and do all the things that we're taught, that we need to do. All that does is protect you from the world, and the world needs you. And the only way that you can serve the world sometimes is by softening to it, not by hardening to it. I understand the hardening, but I just want to remind you what you're in right now and what is being asked of you through this kindness and compassion and love is that you have to start to trust that everything that's occurring in your life is not to make it worse for you. It's not to destroy you. It's not to break you down no matter what you're going through. It's to open you. It's to show you the miracles that God has in store for you. It's to remind you that you are not the human, you are this incredible soul, and if you're this incredible soul, get out of my way, here I come. Show me life, keep showing me life, keep showing me life. Defy the odds for me. Defy my own limiting beliefs. Defy my own fears. Defy the little child in me that doesn't trust the world and doesn't trust people, doesn't believe I'm worthy or that I can have. Defy those odds. Show me what life has in store for me beyond all of that. And life is going to show you, God is going to show you, you will be shown. And in the process of being shown, you may be torn apart. You may be broken down. And there are people all around you, whether you see them or not, including strangers, that are going to help you back up. And you are going to be a stranger to somebody and help them back up. Because we are all God walking in form, helping each other through this. And we have to start to remember this and all of the ridiculous stories that we are getting caught up in about everything that creates this divide. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm good, you're bad. I'm enlightened, you're not. I'm awake, you're not. I'm conscious, you're not. Whatever it is. It doesn't even matter what it is. And all the stories out there that get you riled up. Are you reaching out your hand and helping people? Are you listening? Are you just being human to human right now? And how is everything else in the world distracting you from that? Right? How is everything else distracting you from the fact that you're simply just God in form, walking around in this little beautiful avatar, waking up to the realization, oh my God, I'm here to help people. I'm here to be kind. I'm here to love. I'm here to offer my assistance. And God is going to bring that to you over and over. It's going to bring that to you with people that may not deserve it. It's gonna bring that to you that people that may have lied, that may have been deceptive, that may have, um, you know, chosen a life path that you wouldn't have, that it's you think about Jesus in the Bible, did he go hang out with all the wealthy, well-to-do, well-adjusted humans? No. No, no, no. He hung out with the people that needed him the most, which were the ones that were the most deceptive, the most in trauma, the ones that lied, the ones that cheated, the ones that had the deepest sicknesses and illnesses. Um, he sat with those. He sat with them. So do not run from the people God is going to bring into your life right now that you may not agree with or that you may not like, or may not want to help. God's opening your heart with them. God's offering you an opportunity to become more like the God that you are. And it's not about sitting in lotus position and meditation and raising your vibration. It's about confronting people and opening your not confronting in a bad way, but being with other humans over and over and over and recognizing how you are with them. And it's very okay to hold firm boundaries with people that do not respect you. It's okay to walk away from people that are mean to you and that abuse you. This is not what God wants. God doesn't want you to be abused by people. But God wants to see how you can start to open yourself more and more to people, even those that you may not want to open to. That's all. And if we can do this now before cataclysmic events happen, we may be able to stop some massive cataclysmic events from happening on this planet. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. And it's not about denying how you feel or trying to be in this elevated state of love and light. It's about being very real and very honest and very open and very human. It's about human to human interaction. That's what this is about. That's what will stop any, massive things that are coming down the pike. That's what will stop the energies that are trying to, keep us in a controlled state. Be kind to your neighbor. That will shift. Be kind to the homeless man. That will shift it. Be kind to somebody that just yelled at you at the grocery store, right? Buy their groceries. Shock them. Can you imagine? Person behind you in line is bitching at you about something and you're like, I'm gonna give you $100 and buy their groceries. They're like, "What?" Shake the system up. Stop playing in it in the same way, and you will shift this entire planet. That's how we do this, truly. And of course, it's not easy. Thank you, Nancy, for that super chat. I appreciate you, my friend. Um, and that's God. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you're becoming or you're remembering. So just put that somewhere in the back of your head today or the back of your shoulder on a little backpack somewhere when you're walking around and see what God brings you. And if you're in something intense right now and you're just, you're fighting for your life to just get through another day, can you hold that God, or whatever you want to call God, is not bringing this to you in order to make it worse? God's building you up. God's asking you to trust. God's asking you to do it differently. Truly, 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 truly. All right, my beautiful, amazing souls in human bodies, pretending to be these incredible, courageous humans walking around when really you're just this incredible soul. I love you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to get ready for my Align class. Join me this Saturday if you are really wanting to dive deeper into the quantum physics of your body and how the energies right now, whoo, are they wild? How they are, how they're being absorbed in the body, how they're being acclimated, assimilated, and anchored in the body so that your body starts moving into these higher frequencies and these different dimensional fields. It's wild. And what it looks like in your own world. I guarantee you what you're experiencing right now is correlated to what your body is anchoring in terms of energy. So it's November 30th, 12 p.m. California time. It's called Activating the Quantum Body. I'm going to leave the link right now down below. If you're watching this live, it'll be there in about 2.2 seconds when I hang up. Um, and be gentle with yourself. If you're in the United States and you're about to go have some celebration with family, kindness, see what happens when you're more kind. Try it and be very gentle with yourself. Another thing you can practice, listening without, try not to talk so much. Listen. See what happens when you just listen. Even to that one uncle that just doesn't shut up about blah, 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 and he just keeps going and going and going. It's always about him, right? Just listen, see what happens. Imagine God's at the dinner table with you guys. Imagine God's seeing the whole dinner table through your eyes. How would God be in it? Practice that. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Mwah.